Hey, you guys. I just figured maybe you guys wanted to hang out with me tonight. What is it that you guys do when you've been like hovered over the computer too long and you feel kind of burnt out and you just want to do something that you completely enjoy, just to kind of reset, take your mind off of the 9 to 5 type stuff, the business stuff. For me, it is crafting, and it is all things wifery, or housewifery, I guess I should say. Yeah, housewifery. Like, even whether I'm like canning tomatoes, or making soap, or churning butter, or making candles, or making decorations for the holidays, whatever it is. If it has to do with handicrafts and crafting, I just love doing it, and I would just love to get to the point one day where, like, this is what I could do, because it would never feel like work. It would just feel like fun all the time. And you know how the old adage goes. Hey y'all, what's good? Y'all know how the old adage goes. Find something that you love and you'll never work again. Because instead of it feeling like work, it will just feel like something that you love. And I love crafting. My mother's a crafter. My sister is a crafter. We can all sew. And we can all do really well with handicrafts and making things. And so what I'm going to be doing today, or tonight actually, it's probably, I don't know, I'm on Central Standard Time, which is the same as Chicago time. And so it's evening here. But what I'm going to be making is a custom wreath. I bought this wreath at the Dollar Tree. It was like $5 from that little aisle that has the things that are, you know, not $1, but a little more than $1. So I think I paid like $5 for it from that aisle. But it's like boring. And I'm about to give it the upgrade. So I'm just getting back from a trip to Venice, Italy. It was my 30th wedding anniversary this week. And one of my best friends in the whole wide world turned 50, and he had the most amazing birthday party, like ever. It was epic. It was epic, like Musa for president. Like, it was just epic. It was at a castle in Castello, in a Castello Eventi, I think it was called. Maybe about 40 minutes away from Conegliano, which is where our guest house was. Most of the others in our group stayed at hotels, like the Hotel de Oro and the Eurostar and stuff like that. But just a few of us stayed in a private guest house called Casa de P, and it was fabulous. It was just so nicely appointed. It really, really was. And myself and Doc and Queen and Saycon, we stayed there. Saycon is an extremely talented, famous Liberian singer and actress and artist, just all-around artist, and she performed at the castle for Musa, and she was at the guest house along with us, and it was just gorgeous. We had 2 rooms. We had a suite downstairs that Queen had, and it was lovely. And then Doc and me had another room upstairs because with it being our anniversary, naturally, we were going to probably want some alone time. My kids are somewhere puking if they hear that. Why are kids so silly? Why, if you do something like kiss your husband or kiss your wife in front of your kids, oh, they act like they're just going to die. As if they don't have sense enough to know how they got here. Like, get away from me. Y'all are 20-some-odd years old now. You know how it goes. You know what it is. So, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button on the way in to let me know that you're in here. Just hit the thumbs up on the way in. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Let me know where y'all are watching from. I'm actually in my guest suite right now, making a mess. I should be downstairs in my shed. I got a she shed on the bottom floor, and that is where I should be crafting from. But it's a mess right now, and I didn't want to add to it by creating more mess down there. So I came upstairs instead to one of the guest rooms, and I am in here crafting. You want to look around? Y'all want me to spin the camera around? Give me a minute. I'll do that, just so you'll know where we are and where we're talking from. But I'm hoping that this will be a quick project, that I won't be here all night. So I'll give y'all a little panorama. That way it's just some stuff, swimsuits mainly hanging up. And there is the little fridge. And there is the table with my ribbons and my box with all my stuff. And yes, I've got a great big mess in here right now. And through there is the bedroom. And that's where I am. That's where I'm working from. So now that you've got the lay of the land, I'm going to try to adjust that camera a little bit better so that y'all can see what I'm doing while I'm talking to you. So I've got like a couple of different issues that I'm going to have to deal with this week. And I hate to deal with difficult issues when it comes to friends and family, but sometimes that's necessary. And I feel like this week some stuff arose that make it necessary for me to have some difficult conversations. For instance, whenever I'm out of the country, right? And I'm generally out of the country maybe 4 or 5 times a year. I don't like people calling me, especially when you know I'm out of the country. Phone calls are extremely expensive when you're outside of the country. And 9 times out of 10, if you're out of the country, you're busy. You're not just in bed watching TV or eating bonbons. You're on the move. You're either on an agenda that you had pre-planned prior to getting there, or you've created an agenda once you've arrived and you've seen the various things that are available for you to do. Whatever the case may be, if somebody says to me, yeah, girl, I'm heading out of town, I'm on vacation, starting Monday, it'll be 5 days, then I know I'm not going to talk to them for like 5 or 6 days, right? And then after 5 or 6 days are up, I may hit them up once I see that they're back home and say, hey, girl, how was your trip? Did you have so much fun? Tell me all about it. Something like that. But to have people know that you're traveling, and this is the second time in the last 2 trips I've made. Well, no, I'm lying. The last trip before this one, I was in Jamaica. So not that trip, but the trip before that when I was in New York City for 9 days for my I think it was for my anniversary then too, last year. Went to Trelawney in February. Had a good trip, didn't have any hiccups then. But when I went to Italy this week, it was a repeat of the same garbage that happened when I was in New York City. Like, when I'm on vacation, chances are I'm spending a lot of money because I'm not eating at home. Even if I have a hotel or an apartment or a private guest house like we had in Italy, chances are I'm not cooking. Chances are we're in and out of restaurants. Chances are I'm paying for public transportation or a rental car. Chances are I'm shopping for souvenirs. You know Gomez is going to get her order in before I go. I don't even have to ask her what she wants. When I'm going anywhere, I already know get Gomez keychain and t-shirt before you come back, or you're never going to hear the end of it. So, I'm buying souvenirs. I love to send postcards when I travel. Anybody can tell you that I'm a postcard sender. And, ow, shot glasses and stuff like that. Something poked me. Shot glasses and stuff like that. So if I'm already spending money on a hotel room and on rental cars and on Ubers or whatever the case may be, and on dinner every night and stuff like that, why would anyone find it appropriate to ask me for money while I'm on vacation for some old bullshit that really don't have anything to do with me? If it's, even if it's something that's a good reason, if it's not for me, then I think y'all need to let it wait until I come back from vacation, if not forever. But to, interrupt somebody's vacation with foolishness like, oh, I need you to cash at me $500 or $250. Like, no. What is wrong with you? You bugging out, yo. Stop doing that to me. And this is literally not the first time that it happened, but it's going to be the last time that it happened, because everybody who does that to me going forward, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you because all it really means is that you've got way too much access to me. You've got way too comfortable with thinking that no matter what, when you reach out to me, I am absolutely required to entertain the conversation. And so even the conversations that you know are straight garbage, you feel like you have a right to reach out to me with it because you're my friend or you're my family. But you don't. Newsflash, you do not. So what I've decided is anybody who contacts me while I'm on vacation asking for money, or contacts me after I come back from vacation and I haven't even been home 24 hours asking for money or asking stupid questions, I'm going to mute you. I'm going to go right into my phone, and I'm going to toggle that little button that says hide notifications. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide the notifications because I would be crazy to pay this phone bill every month so that everybody who has a desire to drive me nuts will be able to do it conveniently. Right or wrong? Right or wrong now. I would be nuts to pay my phone bill only so that those who desire to drive me nuts will be able to do so easily. Right? Ain't that right? So, what I've decided is, when people abuse my phone number and call it like they're calling Publishers Clearinghouse, asking me for money instead of asking their husbands or whoever they're in the bed with, or their adult children who running around flexing all the time about how they got it going on, or whomever. It don't even really matter to me who they ask. Just don't ask me. I'm gonna start taking just putting it on mute. I'm gonna just start muting people because I don't abuse relationships. I know people who are absolutely loaded, and at no point do I feel like it's acceptable for me to just call and ask them for some money just because I know they have it. It's unacceptable. Because at the end of the day, nobody's money comes easy. People say, oh yeah, their money come easy. Them football players and basketball, their money don't come easy. Let somebody tackle you running 50 or 60 miles an hour, however fast them fools be running. That's not an easy job. To get tackled through, around, hurt, hit, all that kind of stuff. Get somebody who's into the music industry and they're traveling around and they're on tour and it's city to city and they in and out of hotels and on and off of airplanes week in and week out. It may look glamorous, but everything that glitters ain't gold. That's not easy work. It's hard work. And I would have a lot of nerve to expect somebody else to work hard and hand me their money, unless it's somebody who I'm handing something to. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. And if it don't make sense to you, well, I'm sorry. You have my deepest sympathies. That God didn't give you not even common sense. Common sense is supposed to tell you, do not call and ask people for their money, especially when they don't owe you nothing. It's just, it's out of hand, y'all. It's out of hand. People pay for what the hell they want and beg for what they need. Y'all didn't hear what I said. I'm going to say that again. Nowadays, people pay for what they want and beg for what they need. Make it make sense. Because it makes no sense to me. The very same person who will be asking you to borrow some money will be sitting across the table from you and they have on more expensive clothes than you. That they be done bought with your damn money. Or with their money. But your money it'd be what will be keeping a roof over their head for the month. Cause see, they done brought what they wanted. You done had to pay for what they needed, which was something vital. That's a bunch of malarkey. It's a bunch of foolishness. Hit the like button, y'all. I really, really need to get my channel popping. And I've decided that one of the ways that I can do that is just start creating videos. I don't get hardly any traffic to my channel because I never really make videos. But if I start going live 3 or 4 or 5 times a week and just have a conversation with you all while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing, and I'm always doing something, then maybe, just maybe, I can get the watch hours I need to get monetized again. And then I would be very happy about that. I really could use some new subscribers, and I really could use some action on my channel, some feedback and some activity, because right now everything is tight. Everybody says, oh, it's a bad economy, everything is tight. Everything is tight, trust you me. For all of us, this economy is tight. And so I would just be thrilled to pieces if I could get my YouTube channel back monetized. That would be a nice treat. I'm going to add one more. Tie in here. There's a space in here, I see. I'm going to add another tie in here. I am I craft like I cook. I don't really measure much of anything. I craft by sight and by feel. I just do what feels right. I don't follow any particular prescriptions, any patterns, any recipes, none of that stuff. I just do what feels like it makes sense to do. And I try to keep everything sort of symmetric, not completely symmetric, but sort of symmetric. And so before I start like putting my big items on my wreath, I will hang it up so that I can see how it lies. Because sometimes when you decorating a wreath and it's laying down, you hang it up, you be like, oh my God, everything is cocked to the side and it's twisted around and stuff. And it's absolutely not the way you thought it was when it was on the table. When you see somebody who is able to decorate a wreath and it's laying on the table like Emily Waldo does, she's really good, because it's hard to visualize how that thing is going to come out when it's like this, when it's laying flat. So after I get finished like building up my wreath, I'll hang it. I'll put it on a clothes hanger before I start like decorating it, so that I can see exactly where everything will fall. Now these are feeling very short, my twist ties, and I left them whole. I didn't cut them in half or anything. But of course I'm working with a grapevine, and that grapevine in and of itself is fat. So I'm just gonna put a few more of the green. That's a buffalo check, an army green and beige buffalo check, and I just went crazy when I saw it today. It's gonna be giving. It's gonna be giving. It's a little bit bougie, just like I want it. And the mesh gives me a lot to be able to glue onto, and some people cover up their mesh completely where you can't even really see it. But I spend too much money on this mesh to cover it up completely, so I leave some of mine showing, right? You feel me? Hit the like button, you all. I don't have any moderators. I may have to get me some moderators if I can get my channel monetized. I'll get me some moderators. And if you're interested in being one of my moderators, put something in the comments and say, hey girl, I'll be your moderator whenever you go live. And the moderator's job will be to like monitor the chat, make sure everybody's being respectful If there's anybody who's got any questions that I'm not paying attention to because I'm busy looking down, the moderator might be able to like get you an answer or get a message to me like, hey, you got a question? That sort of thing. So let me know if you'd be interested in being my moderator. And I'm going to put just maybe one or two more. And after that, I think I'm going to switch it up and do one more color of deco mesh. Maybe like some gold or some beige. Just something neutral. Something neutral that will go well with what we've already got. And I've got a flower here. Let me look from the back and see what I got going on there. Let's try for here. Try for right here. And I'm just tying deco mesh to my frame. Really, really tight. Using my pipe cleaners from the Dollar Tree. Okay, I'm gonna go around and lift those flower heads and pine cones. Lift them, because now they're all buried and hidden down in there. So I'm going through and lifting. I'm lifting. That's a pine cone. Lift. That's a flower. Lift. All of the stuff that's lifting. I'm just sticking my my mesh underneath it. And shoot, didn't mean to curse. Sorry about that. I popped the head off of this one, and my gun is cold. Let me plug my gun in for a minute. That's gonna go right back on here. As soon as that glue warms up, that's going right there. And I'm gonna put away my extra pieces of Army Buffalo check. And I'll use them on another wreath. Or a small stick wreath. Stick wreaths don't take a lot of mesh. So this might be perfect to put aside for a stick wreath. And what do I mean by stick wreath? I mean exactly that, a wreath made on a stick. And I make them, I've got some sticks, and I've got some ribbon to make some stick wreaths for my son's grave. I want it to be cute out there at all times. Do not want him to look thrown away. And so he was a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So I've got some black and yellow ribbon to do a couple of stick wreaths. That's going to go back into my stash. And that will go on like a different wreath later, like a stick wreath or something. But I got a lot of black and yellow ribbon. And today I picked up some black and yellow mesh. And I'm going to do him a couple of stick wreaths that go on both sides of his headstone. And they're going to be so cute. They're going to be super, super cute. Now, I got this roll that is already used. That I already had used to make a different wreath. Instead of starting a new roll, I'm just going to use some of this. I'm going to use the rest of this. So, let me turn that a little bit. So, That will keep me from opening a whole new pack of wreaths. I mean, no, let me slow down and talk like I got some darn sense. I'm going to use this because it will keep me from having to open a whole new pack of mesh, right? And I won't have as many pieces of this as I had of the buffalo check, but that's fine because I will not need as many pieces of this as I had of the buffalo check. So that's it. I'm at the end. And now I'm just going to make my cruffles. This will be the biggest one. By it being at the end, it's a little bit longer than the others. And I'm just going to add these in. Wherever I see a stem that does not have one in there yet. And of course, you got to pull it so tight. So tight. And wreaths are expensive to make. They are not cheap because your mesh and your flowers and your add-ons tend to add up, especially if you want to do luxury wreaths that are going to just be loaded down, loaded with stuff, loaded. And that's how I have been doing mine for some years now. When I do my wreaths, I don't want them skimpy and I don't want them basic. I want them kind of over the top. I want them gaudy and kind of Liberace-ish. I want big jewels, big everything. And that ends up adding up to big dollars. So when you see people making these type wreaths and they're charging $200 or $250, it's because they got a pretty penny into them to get them made. You can believe that. You can believe that. To make that last wreath that I made, I bought the wreath form from the Dollar Tree, but I went to Michael's to get some flowers to put on it and some deco mesh and some picks, some floral picks, and just the stuff from Michael's came to $150. So if I was to sell it and wanted to, include my time in the cost of selling it, it would be a $200 wreath very easily. The last one that I made, which was a swag, it was a long swag. But most of the time when I'm making wreaths, I'm making them for myself. I'm making 2 for my front doors here at Frogmore Manor, or I'm making them for my rental house, or I'm making them for the farm, So I got a lot of different doors to decorate, whether it's the trailer, the cottage, the Camden house, which is the ranch house, or here at Frogmore where we have 2 front doors. If I was to try to pay somebody to do wreaths for me, oh my gosh, I'd have to pay $1,000 just for wreaths every season, for every holiday. I ain't finna do it. I'm gonna make them myself, and they're gonna be just as cute as anybody else's. Why? Because I'm just as gifted at crafting as they are. Huh. Look at God. Hit the like button, please. Be kind to me. And help me to get my watch hours. I'm going to stop in a second and look and see if I can see any comments. And if there's no comments, then I'm going to start right back doing what I'm doing. It's what it is. I've stopped getting upset and sad. It's 3 of y'all in here. Hey, Samantha Lee. Hey, Miss Me. What you talking about, Mina? You said Monaca, PA. Don't be shouting out no Monaca, PA. You supposed to put Aliquippa, PA in there, baby. So you want to hear something so funny? Every time we go somewhere, no matter where we are, and I do mean no matter where we are, we could be in Indonesia, we could be in Indiana, we always find somebody who knows or has heard of Aliquippa, and Barry is just always like so outdone. So we were in Italy last week, and there's a kid who went to Robert Morris with Musa and me, and he's from Coriopolis, and he's like, oh yeah, I know all about Aliquippa. My best friend Blaine Jones is from Aliquippa. I'm like, what? We're in the middle of Italy, right? So then when we get back from Italy, the next day after we get back from Italy, we ride down to Florida to Perdido Beach and having lunch. And when we get ready to check out, the lady sees Doc has on a Pirates hat. And she goes, Pittsburgh Pirates? And he's like, yeah. And she said, are you a Pirates fan? And he said, yeah, of course. I'm from Pittsburgh. Are you? And she goes, well, not quite. I grew up in a town outside of Pittsburgh. And I just started grinning. And he's like, this lady better not. She better not say Aliquippa. And so, of course, I say, where? What little town outside of Pittsburgh did you grow up in? And she goes, oh, you probably never heard of it. It's Ambridge. And I said, oh, because I'm from Aliquippa. And when I say Aliquippa, she's like, what? So we're high-fiving in the restaurant. We're high-fiving in the restaurant. I'm like, what 5003 and what 5001? And Doc is just speechless, like, no matter where we go, somebody knows about this place. This Aliquippa place. I don't understand it. So he was just like shocked and floored that the lady in Perdido Beach who rung us up at the restaurant called Doc's is from Ambridge. And I told her, I said, honey, if me and you were to take a selfie and I put it on my Facebook, it'll be 10 people on there by morning saying, hey, Linda, girl, I've been wondering where you been. So she was just like laughing hysterically, like, are you even serious? So I'm like, yeah. I told her the story about how when Doc and Maya were coming back, driving home from Alaska, which took 8 days from Fairbanks to Mobile, how they stopped at a store on the border of Canada, coming out of the Yukon. And same thing, guy sees the Steeler tag on the front of Doc's truck, and he's like, well, what are you doing with the Steeler tag? You heading to Pittsburgh? And Maya's like, no, Alabama. And he's like, oh, okay, I thought you guys were from Pittsburgh once I saw the Steeler tag. And Maya says, well, no, but I have relatives in Monaca. He said, Monaca? He said, well, you pronounced it the right way, so that means you really probably are from Monaca. And so Maya says, oh, have you heard of Monaca? And he goes, I'm from Aliquippa. I said, well, I'm glad somebody had sense enough to shout out Quip, because Maya hollered Monaca. I said, who raised you, girl? Who raised you? She was out there like Mina on here talking about Monaca. So he said, I'm from Quip. Well, come to find out, honey, that was Ernie from Limar. And once I put his picture on Facebook, of course, many of my friends from Limar were like, that's Ernie. We grew up with him. So I told old girl it would be the same way if I posted a picture of she and I. Somebody from Ambridge would probably recognize her, especially since she was around my same age. We were around the same age. So now the question is, am I cutting off all of my stems? Let me look first. I've got this cutie pie. And he's going to go on there. Haven't decided exactly where yet. I made him a bow. Is that bow blue or black? I thought this ribbon was black and white, but I'm looking at it under this light and it's looking navy blue. Either one will be fine. It'll be fine, but I just like to know what colors I'm dealing with. He's got a little glue in his eye. Come on, get the glue off your eye, baby. Okay, let me see. So he's going on here as the centerpiece. I have to name my owls. I got a collection of owls. What's my owl name going to be? It's not Woodsy. Doc told me to name him Roland after Roland Martin. But I'm not going to do that. I thought about Wally after my brother. Anyway, he's going to go on here somewhere. And then I made a bow a few minutes ago, right before I went live. And my bow will go on here somewhere as well. Yeah, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna try to decide. All right. I think my bow's gonna go right over in here. And I'm gonna take my zip tie that I used to pull my bow together. I'm gonna take this hanger off for now. Ow! Something poked me. I'm gonna come right in here with this bow. Stick it through here. And I think I'm gonna zip tie again. I think I'm gonna come through the existing zip tie. If I can do that. Did I leave myself enough wiggle room? Dang, I got it tight. Well, that's good. I like for my bows to be super tight so they don't move. So now I got to really sit here and fight with it. Hit the subscribe button, y'all, if you haven't subscribed. And the like button if you haven't hit like, and tell me where you're watching from. And once you've subscribed, you'll get notifications when I'm going live. And you can watch me craft more often, because the more I feel the blues, the more I want to craft. And as we come into the holidays, I do often feel the blues. So I'm going to be crafting a lot. I'm going to be crafting a lot. So I'm coming back in here with my I'm cutting that black one off. I'm coming in here with my green. And I've changed up the color of my twist ties. I mean my zip ties, so that I would be able to see exactly which zip tie to work with. Dang. I'm gonna have to go from this way. Good gracious alive. Ouch, something poked me. I'm getting balled up trying to put this ribbon on here, in case you're wondering. Okay, here we go. Got it. No getting out of it now, ribbon. Come coming in. I'm coming in. Oh, glory. Finally. There we go. Now we cooking with Crisco. Oh, that was a wrestle, honey. Not no wrestle. A wrestle, child. Trying to get that darn bow on there. Now it's on there. Now we got to just fluff it, fix it, and after that, what we gonna do? You already know. Glue it. So ain't nothing moving but the money. All right. Now we can curl these under some, or we can tuck. Did I leave enough of a tail to tuck any? Yeah, I'm gonna get one tuck off of here. And what do I mean by tuck? I'm gonna come in right about here. I see a twist tie. I'm gonna scrunch it and I'm gonna tuck it right there. Perfect. Now, after this, I'll go through and cut all the rest of my twist ties. So anyway, like I was saying, when people on vacation, don't do dumb shit like ask them for money while they're on vacation, for them to send you some of their spending money while they're on vacation. Not the first time this has happened to me. Vacation before this one was Jamaica. The one before that, New York City. Right, yeah. Somebody come texting, calling, $900 something. Yeah, all of that. Don't do that when people on vacation. This time, wasn't nearly as much, but it was still the principle of the fact that I'm on vacation. Me and my husband, we're trying to enjoy ourselves. And my phone is ringing because somebody else needs me to pay for something they need because they done spent all their damn money on what they want. Make it make sense. It won't, so don't waste your time. Yeah, that never will make no sense. So don't waste your time. So that has to stop. And the best way I can figure out for that to stop is when anybody does something stupid like that. I'm just gonna put their phone number on Do Not Disturb. And then you can send me as many messages as you want requesting money. I won't know nothing about it. Because it won't never even come to me. It'll be in that phone and out that phone at the same time. You'll be sending it on your end, and I'll be not getting it on my end. And that's how that'll go. And am I going to feel bad? No. Am I going to love you any less? Nope. Still love you. Just ain't finna fool with you and your stupidity now. Ain't finna deal with no stupidity. I got very low threshold for stupidity. I can put up with a lot of stuff. Patience of Job. But when you start acting stupid, nah. I don't have much patience for that. That'll get you cussed out, get your little feelings hurt. Because I'll tell you some good shit about acting stupid. Like asking people for money while they on vacation. That's just stupid. So, there's that. Already decided how that's going to be handled. Going to limit access. And then I want to ask you guys, how much access is too much access? Like, I've had the same phone number for like 20 years. Never change it. Everybody and their mother has it. 90% of the time when it rings, I answer it. Unless I'm in coy. Don't really try to use the phone when I'm in coy because the signal is so poor and the service is so abysmal that the only thing it's going to do is aggravate you. You'll be saying, huh? I can't hear you. It's breaking up. So when I'm there, I don't even answer the phone. The only person I can honestly say that I definitely owe a phone call to, and that I feel horrible for not calling at this point, is Miss Martin. Because I've been on her call for a minute, and I never think about calling Miss Martin until where I'm in Coy and don't have no good service. But other than that, I don't owe nobody, no money, no phone calls, no nothing. So if I decide to limit access and cut my ringer off or put somebody on silent, it's what it is. It's because you're being abusive. You're doing stuff to me that I would never do to you. Excuse me, I would never go and spend all my money on foolishness and then expect somebody to pay for my medicine or to pay for my rent or my car note or something that I know I need. Like, stop it. Knock it off with the dumb. That's being a dumb. And I don't have a lot of patience for dum-dums. Everybody want to have all the sense in the world, but do stupid stuff. You can't be smart and always doing stupid stuff now. I think people who do stupid stuff might be stupid. So knock it off with the dumb stuff. I need one more roll. One more, I have to take one of these back out. I have do I need it? Yeah, I do. I got a bald spot right there. Okay, this is a nice big long one too. So I'm gonna put this right on that bald spot right here. And tie it in. And now I'm kicking myself for not cutting all of these when I tied them the last time, but it's okay. I didn't know if I was gonna use them again or not. But now that I see I will not, I should have cut them. So, just about done with this wreath. The hard part is done. Now it's just a matter of embellishing and making it pretty. Making it pretty. Let's turn this hang up like that. All right, let's go. All right. Yep, just like that. And once I can get this ribbon how I want it, I'm gonna glue it down. I'm gonna glue it down. Yep, just like that. Pull that pine cone out. And this one's gonna come out this way. Just like that. Oh, mira que linda. Mira que linda. Look how pretty. This is gonna be a pretty wreath. All right, I'm satisfied with the ribbon, so now I'm gonna glue it down. That way, even if the wind blows, even if somebody touches it, nothing will move but the money. Okay, let's go. Yep, just like that. Just like that. Do I do what? All right. Come on. Come on, little ribbon. I got this ribbon from a place in Mississippi. What is it called? OMG, they've got every ribbon you could ever think you want. I'll put the name in the link once I'm done with the video, and gone back in. What is that place called? It's called, I can't think of it right now, but oh my gosh, they've got the biggest, most gorgeous selection of ribbon ever, like literally ever. And I went crazy when I went to their website and bought like 50 spools of ribbon. So I've got, ouch, I just glued myself. I've got all of my ribbon that I need for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And what I thought about doing, I got a little visitor coming for a couple visitors actually for Labor Day. And what I thought about doing was some crafting classes where I could show the ladies who are visiting with me how to make a wreath. And I would have all of the stuff that we needed, all of the ribbon, all of the materials for us to make some wreaths together.